Here's Chernovaz now into the neutral zone. Over skates, but feeds for Harkins down the right side and on goal. Shoots! Pat Harkins does a little dance to celebrate. He went short side. Roadrunners hold it in. 40 seconds to go in the penalty. Quick backhand in front, blocked away. Held into the point. Save feed by Mazzotti off of Sorrentino with a bullet just inside the point.
Welcome to Salt Lake Golden Eagles hockey. I'm Mike Barrack, and the Salt Lake Golden Eagles have a very important game here tonight.
Harkins now in across the line, trying to split the defense and on goal. Poked away, rebound. He scored! Richard Zemlak!
What an event we have here in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's great to see hockey back in Atlanta. I remember coming here years ago, and it's just nice to see some excitement in the building full. And
Evans throws a right hand. Clark winds up with his left and continues to go. How about that? Kerry Clark with the left hand. And Evans trying to hold on for dear life. And now the linesman in is separate on the far side. Kerry Clark. Little imitation of Evander Holyfield there. We have a tight one here tonight. Cruz clears but not out. Sommier centers in front of the goal. He scored! White into the Salt Lake zone for Couturier, but Strube back checks and leads a rush for Salt Lake. 1:10 left in the third period. Here's Strube on right wing, dangling with the puck across the blue line, holding on, eludes Chapdelaine for the moment. However, it's cleared by the Roadrunners in a three-man break. Under a minute to go in the third. Here's Couturier for White, shoots, scores! McDonald able to cue it off the boards to center. Fans all over. Dan O'Halloran with 1.5 minutes left in the game. Cruz leaves it for Kevin Grant. What a game here. We're down to the bitter end. Here is Melrose on left wing. Charges to center. Able to flip it for Cruz into the Phoenix zone. Clark breaks in after it. He takes a hit but eludes McDonald. Back of the goal. He took the hit. But the puck comes loose. Holland steals. Great pass. Melrose. He shoots off the leg of Cruz, I believe. And Cruz gains possession with 1:08 left. Eagles and Phoenix tied at 2. Puck in the slot, but the Roadrunners break free on right wing. And here's Rick Lance to center. Floats it into the Salt Lake zone. Phoenix change on the fly. Under a minute left in the game. Again, we would go to time if we remain tied. Here's play on left wing. Holland at center. Harris is too well checked. Harris now leaves it for Holland, and he dumps it in with 45 seconds to go. Eagles change on the fly. Sommier on right wing. As the fans here at the Delta Center making some noise. Here is Stoke on left wing. Able to leave it for the Eagles. Strube with 30 seconds to go. Strube gently shoots it in. Stauber leaves it for Chapdelaine. And a good play by the defenseman to clear the zone. The Roadrunners want that point. Here's the play on left wing. Phoenix take over. It's flipped high in the air. Brought down to the defense by Wortman. There's but not out. Chapdelaine holds it in. 13 seconds left. Roadrunners trying to center one. But the Eagles break back on left wing, and Strube leads Harris. Hafey now across the line. In. Shoots. He scores! Sean Hafey with 2 seconds left in the game. Unbelievable! The Eagles have the lead 3-2.
Live from Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, it's International Hockey League playoff action with the Salt Lake Golden Eagles and the Western Division champion Kansas City Blades. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Barrack, and welcome to Kemper Arena. Tonight, the Salt Lake Golden Eagles take on Kansas City in Game 2 of their best-of-7 playoff series. Last night here at Kemper, the Golden Eagles dropped Game 1, and it was a Jeff Medill power play goal late in the second period to give the Blades the lead at 2-1. They scored 3 more in the third period, en route to a 5-3 victory, opening up a 1-0 lead over Salt Lake in the best-of-7 playoff series. Joining me in the broadcast tonight is a gentleman that played on a Stanley Cup championship team with the Montreal Canadiens. Randy Busick alongside Randy. The Eagles find themselves down 1-0.
1-0, Mike, but that's only the first game. They gave up a goal at the end of the second and at the start of the third. If they can plug up leaks like that, they should fare very well tonight.
Well, tonight the Eagles will try and pound home goals against a world-class goaltender. He played for the Soviet national team, Artur Irbay.
Well, what can you say about this guy, Mike? He was the only goaltender in the league to have an under 3 goals against average at 2.46. He comes in with a 91% save average. Hey, he's one of the best goalies in the league, and he's very, very tough to beat.
Offensively for Salt Lake, the Eagles will rely on Rich Chernomaz. The Eagles captain most recently set a franchise record for most goals in an Eagles uniform.
Well, Rich Chernomaz brings in to the lineup intensity and a lot of playoff experience. He's one of two remaining members of the Golden Eagles that were with the 1987-88 Turner Cup championship team.
Well, the Eagles will have to pepper, as mentioned, the goaltender Artur Irbe, and one of the keys on our Franklin game plan is going to be the shots on goal.
Well, last night the Golden Eagles were outshot 35-19, Mike. They really have to tighten that gap up. Bobby Francis would like to keep Kansas City to a maximum of 25 shots and have his Golden Eagles pepper Irbe with at least 25.
And for the Golden Eagles, offensively, they're going to have to score in the power play, and the special teams in playoffs always very important.
Well, special teams come postseason play, Mike, can make or break you. It's very important for the Golden Eagles to score a couple of power play goals and definitely not let Kansas City get on the board when they get the chances.
Last night, 7 power play chances for Kansas City. They scored once on the power play. The Golden Eagles have been in postseason play for 19 years. Continued excellence in Salt Lake City, and they'll try and continue that here tonight against Kansas City. We'll have all the play-by-play game 2, the Eagles and the Blades, in just a moment. Has to go back. Guy who's played 3 games with the Flames this year. On left wing for Todd Harkins and across the line. In for Deasley on goal. Deke shoots, he scores! Brian Deasley on a tremendous passing play. And with 7:45 gone into the first, Deasley lights it up for a 2-0 Salt Lake lead.
I'll tell you, the Eagles are flying now. That didn't take too long. A great 3-way passing play between Harkins, Kozowski, and Deasley. He makes a great move, gets Gilmore to commit himself, spins around and finds it a little opening far on the far side and throws it behind Gilmore, and the Eagles take a big 2-0 lead.
Boy, he was in tight, Randy, not a lot of room to shoot.
Well, just a great play. He got in tight, and he really took his time, made a move, and made Gilmore really go down. And once the goaltender goes down, it makes things a lot easier for the forward.
Brian Deasley's 9th of the year from Todd Harkins and Peter Kozowski. 7:45 the time of the goal. Eagles up 2-0. And are trying to quiet down this big crowd. Here's the play on left wing, and big Darren Banks for Salt Lake rumbles on left wing. However, it's cleared by Phoenix right back into the Salt Lake zone to the right of the net. And the rookie for Salt Lake out of Division III, Springfield, Massachusetts, AIC College, Kevin Wertman on left wing for the Eagles, Kevin Melrose, who bumps it back of the net. Big Banks for Salt Lake, able to play it back of the goal. Holland centers, but tipped away as it went between the 2 Salt Lake defenders. Had it gone to one of the backliners, good scoring chance would have developed for Salt Lake. Eagles early on, leading 2-0 here in Phoenix, Arizona, looking for their first win of the season against the Roadrunners. And it is Brent Thompson on left wing, able to play it free into the neutral zone for Darrell Williams. Mad scramble at center. Brent Thompson runs into Williams, and the Eagles come up with a puck in across the line. Kevin Melrose moving in, wrist shot, stick save by Gilmore. Here's a play to the corner. Eagles Hafey and Thompson collide. It squirts loose on right wing, and it is finally Mike Vukanich, former teammate of Kevin Melrose at Harvard, able to work it free. Here's Francis Groh into the Salt Lake zone trying to center one, but Darrell Williams out of the Ontario Hockey League unable to catch the pass, and the Eagles play the puck back of the net, and Kevin Grant gains possession. Eagles work out of their own end. Here leading 2-0. Hafey on left wing for Todd Strube, who scored the first goal. In for Hafey. In on net. Poke check on the right side. And Groh leads it free for Scott Bukestead. At center ice and across the line. Bill O'Dwyer, the former Boston Bruin, trying to work it free. It skips to the right of the Salt Lake net. It is taken by Norton. His shot blocked off on left wing. And finally Strube with Salt Lake in their own side has no other choice but to clear it to center. And Norton bursts back the other way for Phoenix. Just flips it right back into the Salt Lake zone. And Kozowski plays the puck. Here's Peter Kozowski, who's played the last 2 seasons in the East Coast Hockey League, a rung below the IHL. On left wing, able to play it for Todd Harkins. His pass ahead for a streaking Deasley, a little bit off the mark. And the Roadrunners dump to center. And Salt Lake leading 2-0 and have possession of the puck. Stolk able to wing it to center, and finally Thompson plays the puck for Phoenix. He is draped down by Harkins in center ice. Fans looking for a penalty. but Watson, I should say, watches impassively. And the fans all over the referee here on that particular play. And Harkins gains possession, whirls around at his own defense.
Well, we expected a fast-paced game, and that's exactly what we're getting here tonight, Mike.
And the Eagles clear to the Phoenix blue line. 9.5 minutes left in the first. Eagles leading by a 2-0 count. And Kiosti Kaijalainen on left wing for Tim Breslin. Into the Salt Lake zone, shoots, he scores!
It was a different style of fighting then than it is now. What happened more than not, what two individuals would meet at center ice, and it was kind of a gunslinger effect rather than, you know, a big scrum in the front of the net and a fight breaking out. They would almost call each other out and stand at center ice and go blow for blow, and there was a lot of pride involved in who was the toughest of the league and who was going to be the next toughest.
The IHL has always been colorful and competitive. The league was founded in 1945 and developed in the 1950s and early 1960s as a league where players drove to games and had other fuller part-time jobs. Located primarily in the Midwest, the league's reputation grew as a tough physical loop in such cities as Dayton, Columbus, and Toledo. And some consider the IHL as the Siberia of professional hockey. Although few consider the IHL as a developmental ground for the National Hockey League, the IHL has had some tremendous big-name and talented players, such as longtime Montreal Canadian John Ferguson, New York Islander goaltender Glenn Resch, and Olympic hero Mike Garuzione. The longest-running IHL team are the Fort Wayne Komets, celebrating their 40th season in 1991-92. Broadcaster Bob Chase has called Fort Wayne Komet games for 39 years.
The Cincinnati Mohawks are one of the most awesome minor league hockey teams ever put together. Rolly McClanahan was their coach. Charlie Hodge was one of their goaltenders. They came up with some of the great hockey players of later years. They went one season, and in a 60-game year, won 50, tied 2, and lost 8.
The great moments continue in the modern International Hockey League. Some of these have come from all-star games, such as the last contest in 1984 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The All-Stars gained a 6-4 win against U.S. Olympians and future NHL players Pat LaFontaine, Ali Afridi, and Chris Chelios. During the past 5 seasons, the IHL has suddenly transformed itself from a Midwest bus league to one which features major league buildings spanning all the way to the West Coast, with direct affiliation to the National Hockey League as a prime training ground.
So we've, in Salt Lake, have been very pleased with that growth because as those who follow the IHL know, it was a lot of years it was Salt Lake and the Midwest teams, and so the addition of the San Diegos, the Phoenixes, the Kansas Cities, and now Atlanta into the West is extremely beneficial to this franchise.
As the IHL truly becomes national in scope, the annual battle for the Turner Cup takes its place as one of hockey's premier events. A gentleman that led his team to the Stanley Cup Championship. His minor league clubs in Muskegon have been very successful over the years. The Muskegon Lumberjacks, Craig Patrick, general manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins alongside, and what an event we have here in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's great to see hockey back in Atlanta. I remember coming here years ago, and it's just nice to see some excitement in the building full and people enjoying hockey again.
Tell us a little bit about the International Hockey League. The Penguins have a direct farm team with the Muskegon, Michigan club. Tell us a little bit about the quality of play.
Well, it's a top development league for National Hockey League clubs. We've been able to bring people like John Cullen and Mark Recchi and Phil Bourque out of the International League. So now tonight we're seeing the best of the IHL has to offer. And there's some real quality players out there who someday will be playing in the National Hockey League.
Boy, Jock Canada and Dave Mikhailuk, two players on the ice that have been just terrific year in and year out. Some time with the Pittsburgh Penguins, Jock Canada playing with Mario Lemieux, but they've really put on some big numbers over the years in Muskegon.
Well, they certainly have. They're very skilled players, both Dave and Jock, and and they've had some time in the National Hockey League, but they're very, very skilled players, and we actually are fortunate to have 5 players here tonight, so we're excited about seeing them play in this level of hockey.
We talked about the quality of play in the International Hockey League growing in leaps and bounds. Atlanta in this upcoming season, Phoenix and San Diego and Salt Lake City and Kansas City. What do you think about the progression of the teams that have joined the IHL?
Well, I think it's great. We're spreading throughout the U.S. now. It used to be basically in the Midwest, the Michigan and in Indiana area, but now it's spreading throughout, well, into California and Arizona and now Georgia. So I think it's just terrific the way the league is expanding and involving all of the United States.
Do you see a further progression in the International Hockey League? Maybe some more big city clubs, of course, here in the Omni in Atlanta and other clubs throughout the United States?
Well, I think there's a great possibility that there will be further expansion. We have 3 or 4 leagues that are development leagues now for the National Hockey League, and they've got their tentacles into all parts of the United States, so I can see further development happening.
Direct affiliations to the National Hockey League seems to be the key in the IHL. 7 clubs, #1 affiliates of the National Hockey League.
Yes, we're the National Hockey League has their major affiliates in the IHL and the American Hockey League, and it's great development grounds for our clubs.
Craig, we have a terrific game here tonight, 2-1. In the NHL All-Star game, they say there's no hitting. We've seen a few hits here in the first period.
Well, they're playing with a lot more intensity than I expected to see. I think they realize it's a showcase for them because there's further expansion of the National Hockey League, and all of them realize there's NHL personnel here watching them. So they're looking for an opportunity to move upwards in the near future.
Craig, thank you very much. Best of luck to you and the Penguins, and best of luck to your Muskegon Lumberjacks team.
Thank you very much.
Craig Patrick, General Manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins, my guest, and we'll go upstairs to Ken Double and John Marks.